Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about something that you've heard about, I'm sure, and that's TAMPO. TAMPO. Is it isolated to the Philippines? What is it? Okay, let me turn this around. We'll start discussing that. Morning. Morning. I don't know how welcome I am back in here. I just want to go to the corner here and see if I could continue or just turn back. But this is off the main road. Now let's see what we got. There's a place back there. Looks like, well, it goes around the corner here, so let's see what happens around here. Good morning. Yeah, some little houses. I don't know if this is privately owned or government land. I don't know. There's a lot of squatting going on in the Philippines, and it's a good thing because so many aren't able to afford anything of their own. Otherwise, I guess squatting isn't your own anyway, but the material used in it would be. Oh, there's some all kinds of stuff here. This is how people live. And I'm not too proud to see it or talk about it. After all, somewhat of a playground here, I guess. Because we grew up very poorly in a farm in Canada in the 50s. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, there's lots of shade here. Kind of a nice change. Looks like a little bit of an apartment building there. And then you get I guess a car would fit through back in here. Morning. People are friendly. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's one thing about this country. I can tell you that in the 80s in the Central America it wasn't so. Yeah, in the provincial areas outside, but you never know what you're going to run into there either. It's a playground of sorts. Looks like people live there too. There's that shelters for chickens, I guess. Yeah, there's lots of them there. Well, there's some in a pen here too. A lot of them are native chickens. Yeah, by the way, when you cook those, they're only good for soup. Otherwise, there's no meat on them. They're tough as nails. I've tried them. Soup's okay, but when you get to the bone, you can't chew anything off it. It's so tough. But I think that's what they use for their cockfights. The native. Way back in here, you get some decent places. That's some That's amazing. Well, looks like I'm at the end of the road here. I'm not sure. Let's go up here and see what this is. Volleyball court of sorts. And just a exercise area. Morning. Oh, that. Morning. How are you? Okay. I think I'm going to turn around pretty soon here. Back there in the corner, a couple guys sitting. One of them asked me what was I doing. So I think I'm going to turn it around. There's paths off of paths off of paths, as you can see. Now there is a car back here, so they get through. Some old vehicles. There's a representation of what you'll see in the province a lot. Morning. Some at work, some not. Am I lost? Just walking. Just for it.
You're looking for the.
Oh, there's a road. No.
Yeah, the way is there.
Oh yeah. No, I always walk the main roads, but I got tired of that. So I thought it'd be nice to walk in off of the main road and see, because my friends on YouTube from America, they don't know, they're spoiled. They don't know how Filipinos live, So.
I thought you're lost. I will help you.
Oh.
The way there.
Well, that's nice. There's a main road there, you say?
Yeah, there is a small way there going to the main road.
Oh, what's the name of that main road?
Highway Bagakay.
Oh, I'm that far south. Okay. All right. Well, that's nice of you. I appreciate it. Okay, take care. Well, you see how nice they are. I really have no business out back in here. But that lady wanted to know if I was lost and if I was trying to find the main road. She was going to guide me, so, or at least tell me where to go. So that's nice. Boy, something smells good out here. But certainly back in here, very quiet, no street noise. But everybody's got 17 roosters, and some dogs. Yeah, they tie these guys up so they don't fight. Save them for the pit, the cockpits. Looks like all of them are natives, from what I see back there. Was that a peacock in there? Or is that a... I don't know, almost looks like a peacock. Anyhow, hi Pooch. This is when I should have had my stick, I believe. That dog didn't like me much. But he's not following me, so that's a good sign. Again, a playground of sorts. Looks like. Not sure otherwise what those tires are before. Sorry store. Everybody's got one. Extremely few make any money. It's peanuts. Okay, I'm winding my way back here to the main road. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject, aren't I? Good morning. TAMPO. What is it? If you Google it, you'll get different responses. And as far as how to deal with it, you'll get some responses that you probably won't agree with. But is it a cultural thing? Isolated to this country? Or is it a behavioral issue? And I favor the last, because I know Filipinas who don't have TAMPO. They don't exercise any reason to have TAMPO. So what is it? Well, just for no reason at all, as far as you or I may be concerned, the Filipina will isolate herself, not talk to you, just clam up, ignore you totally. Why? Well, how do you deal with it? So first of all, what's the cause of it? Maybe we should get down to that. Is it, again, cultural? Is it immaturity? Is it selfishness or stubbornness, as in my way or the highway? What is it? That's to be determined primarily first, because if you don't know where it's coming from, how can you know how to deal with it? So, and there's different, reasons, different causes. Let's face it. Probably the expat has irritated her. It's a possibility. Why not? She's going to irritate you one way or another, believe me. Just like any woman. Filipinas are women. They're not any different anywhere else in the world, except for their good heart and their femininity. So, well, what else could it be? It could be argued that it's a lack of discipline at home to begin with. That's a strong possibility. Which, closely related, would be just a kind of ignorance. But communication is huge in any relationship. It's huge. If you can't communicate, what have you got? Chaos. Much of the time, the Filipina does not understand what you're saying in English, especially provincial girls. Their English is more limited. They haven't been exposed to English, even though they've taken it at school. They haven't had occasion to use it much. And so that doesn't help when you come along, or I come along and use what we consider low English or simple English. To them, it could be otherwise. And may I say that they will not admit to not understanding you. They don't like to admit. So sometimes you don't know if you're being understood or not. You don't know if you're being misrepresented by your words, as far as how you're thinking or even what you're talking about. So that could be a huge issue for anybody. So how do you deal with it? Well, again, I think communication is absolutely necessary. And as men, we have to accommodate a certain demeanor and patience to draw out what the problem is. Maybe it's our fault. Maybe she's offended because of what I supposedly had said and she totally misinterpreted it. That happens. Is that reason to pout in the corner like a child? I'll let you be the judge of that. I say no. As adults, we have to exude some kind of what's a good word for that? Exude a character that's conducive to being understood. But I think the first thing that I would consider doing is gently, quietly, patiently setting her down. Say, listen, is it something that I did that's offending you? If there's no answer, then you just wait a little bit and is there something I said? No answer. So what is it? Let me say that if you get a little impatient, you might as well just forget the whole thing, your effort in resolving the issue. They're easily hurt, they're sensitive, as are some of us. Now, supposing you've exhausted your ideas how to deal with it, and she's not. Again, she's not communicating, she's not even looking at you, she's totally ignoring you. Well, you have to take into consideration if this is habitual. Either if it's not, perhaps she is hurt by you. The other thing is, when I looked online, I had noticed the psychologist's suggestion as to how to deal with this. And his suggestion was so, to me, senseless, ridiculous. This is what he says. You need to play up to her. And give her all that extra affection and pamper her. And maybe she'll come out of it. Well, isn't that what we do with spoiled kids? I mean, children who don't obey, who give you a hard time. Is that what you do? Pull them aside and sweet talk them? Has that ever worked? It certainly hasn't worked in my family. And I've seen it so oftentimes that the child grows up a spoiled, useless brat. So, how do you deal with TAMPO? May I say, relative to discipline in your upbringing, I remember a quote by John Wayne in the late 60s or early 70s. He passed away in 79, so whenever he said this, he reflected on children, on kids. He said they don't know the fear of hearing leather being quickly pulled from 7 belt loops of my Wranglers. Well, isn't that the truth? No discipline? How do you expect a child to grow up understanding discipline or administering discipline? Does it happen? Morning. So, if parents have never received discipline, how are they going to administer that? They won't. They don't know. They don't know about it. What you don't know, you don't share. Could that be an issue? Definitely in the United States, it's an issue. I can't believe how spoiled and childish our youth is growing up to be. There's another quote by someone. Yeah. That I forget the exact words, but it was something like 16, 17, 18-year-olds threw themselves into the battle at Normandy for almost certain death. And today, 18, 20-year-olds need a safe place or their feelings will be hurt. So, what do you attribute to the cause of that? Is it not discipline? You know, every one of these people, I haven't been in the military, but I might as well have been, because my parents were they were, in my memory, they were super tough. And you talk back, or whatever, you get drop kicked, or your face slapped. Do we see that anymore? I haven't. Oh no, you don't want to break the child's will. Oh really? Well, therefore, my friends, in my view, that's what's happened to our world. People have not been disciplined. They don't know what it is, so it is not passed on generation to generation. Morning.
Good morning.
So, what about TAMPO? Could that be a disciplinarian issue? I don't think it's cultural. Really don't. Again, not all Filipinos express themselves that way. But the ones who do, what do you do with it? Well, this is what I would do. I would walk away. Walk away. Someone has said that it takes wisdom when to know to walk away. It takes courage to walk away. And there is such a thing as walking away with your head held high. When you have done everything positively to curtail or to help a situation that you can see is not going to be resolved, then do what you can. Leave the woman with more than she had before you met her, and walk away with your head held high. So give me your thoughts on TAMPO. I haven't, my information is as a result of the experience of many others, and I can't say that I've had the same experience. I've seen it in others that I wasn't involved with. My situation was a little different. At any rate, I'm going to shut it down for today, and I hope you've appreciated anything we talked about. And throw questions at me. I'm happy to answer to the best of my ability. I don't have all the answers, but I am here. I've seen what goes on, and I have a pretty good idea as to things. So until next time, take care all. Again, thank you for subscribing and sharing. Bye now.